Good afternoon, everyone. I'm thrilled to announce that this year's Let's Move Summer Camp, hosted by the City of Petersburg Office of Recreation and Special Events, is almost here. As summer begins and school doors close, we are excited to open new doors, ones filled with adventure, learning, and fun. This year's summer camp is specially designed for children ages 6 to 12 who reside in Petersburg. Their goal is to provide a safe, engaging, and active environment where kids can enjoy their summer break while making new friends and staying physically active. The best part? It's completely free. Summer should definitely be a time for kids to explore, move, and develop new skills, and this program is built around that philosophy. Each Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., campers will participate in a variety of activities at Lakemont Elementary School. From sports and swimming to creative arts and team building games, there's something for every child to enjoy. Physical activity is a key focus of this program, encouraging our campers to stay active in a way that's enjoyable and beneficial to their health. Whether it's swimming in the pool, running through obstacle courses, or learning new dance moves, every child will have opportunities to stay engaged and energized. We know that a full day of fun requires energy, but they've got that covered too. Breakfast and lunch will be provided daily to ensure that all campers have the nutrition they need to power through each day of activities. As well as this, when we're in a time when screen time is at an all-time high, summer camps are dedicated to getting kids off their devices and into real-world adventures. Studies show that children who stay active and engaged in structured summer camp programs perform better academically when they return to school. This camp provides a safe and structured environment where kids can thrive socially, physically, and emotionally. Beyond fun and games, this summer camp is also about community building. It's an opportunity for children to meet new friends, develop teamwork skills, and build confidence in a welcoming and supportive environment. It also provides working parents with a reliable, safe place for their children during the summer months. To secure a spot for your children, registration will be open for a limited time. Since spaces are limited, we encourage families to sign up as soon as possible. This camp is exclusively available to Petersburg residents, and all registration details can be found at www.petersburgva.gov. I'm sure all of us can't wait to kick off another amazing summer filled with laughter, learning, and movement. Whether it's through sports, arts, swimming, or simply making new friends, every camper will leave with memories to last a lifetime. So let's make this summer the best one yet. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I want to address a newly emerging development that raises serious concerns about government accountability, ethical journalism, and political strategy. Recently revealed text messages have shown that former Trump administration officials discussed attack plans in a group chat that included at least one journalist. This revelation has sparked widespread debate about the ethical boundaries between politics and the press, as well as the extent to which members of the media should be involved in political strategy. The details of these attack plans remain unclear, but the implications are troubling. Government officials are entrusted with making decisions that serve the public good, not engaging in secretive conversations about attacks, whether political, reputational, or otherwise. The fact that these discussions occurred within a group chat that included a journalist raises an even bigger issue. The role of the media is shaping or enabling political narratives behind closed doors. Journalists are expected to remain impartial, report the truth, and hold those in power accountable. Their duty is to inform the public, not participate in political strategizing that could skew the perception of events or mislead audiences. If members of the press are engaging in or even passively observing discussions about attack plans involving government officials, it blurs the line between objective reporting and political collusion. At the same time, this situation brings up serious concerns about the behavior of former government officials.
If they were planning actions that could be considered unethical or illegal, it is crucial to investigate their intent and potential consequences. This is not just a political issue, it is a matter of public trust, government integrity, and the standards we expect from those in leadership positions. This development also underscores the growing concerns about the relationship between the media and political power. In an era of misinformation, political polarization, and media influence, it is more important than ever to ensure that journalists' integrity remains intact. If the press is perceived as being too closely aligned with political figures, it weakens public trust in the media's ability to serve as an independent check on power. As this story unfolds, we must demand transparency and accountability from all involved, whether it be government officials engaging in questionable conversations or journalists failing to maintain their ethical duty. These issues have far-reaching consequences for public trust and democracy as a whole. We must ask ourselves, how can we ensure that the press remains a reliable and independent source of information? How do we hold the public officials accountable for their actions when the lines between government and media become blurred? This situation is still developing, and as more details come to light, the implications could be significant. However, one thing is clear: democracy relies on both government accountability and ethical journalism. When those principles are compromised, it is not just political insiders who suffer, it is the public at large. Let this be a reminder that transparency, integrity, and accountability are not just ideals, they are essential pillars of a functioning democracy. Thank you.
Tonight I will be covering a serious mistake made by top officials in the Trump administration. One of President Trump's advisors accidentally added a journalist to a private group chat where they were discussing U.S. military attacks. This group chat included plans for airstrikes in Yemen. It's a big deal and is raising questions about how the government handles sensitive information. Here's what happened. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz set up a group chat on the app Signal. He added Vice President J.D. Vance, Defense Secretary Pete, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. But by mistake, Waltz also added Jeffrey Goldberg, an editor-in-chief of the Atlantic magazine. Goldberg was able to see the group's messages about the military plans before anyone realized the mistake. This is more than just a messaging mix-up, it's a serious risk to national security. First, Signal isn't approved for talking about secret military operations. The Pentagon has rules against this. Second, sharing any kind of information, even by mistake, with someone outside of the government is a major concern. Thankfully, the journalist didn't leak the information, but the fact that he had access to it all shows how risky the situation was. Experts are calling this mistake dangerous. They are saying that it could have put missions or lives at risk. Now the Pentagon is investigating. Their watchdog, or internal investigator, is looking into whether the officials broke the rules. People are calling the situation Signalgate and is bringing attention to how government leaders communicate. The investigation focuses on Defense Secretary and how this group was using Signal to talk about military operations. If the investigation finds that rules were broken, there could be consequences like warnings, firings, and resignations. The public isn't happy about this. Some groups are also pointing out that there may be deeper problems with how this administration handles important information. A recent poll shows that 54% of voters think that Secretary Hegseth should step down. Even 38% of Republicans agree. That's unusual, and it shows that people from both sides of the political aisle are concerned. Many people want to know how this mistake happened and how the government plans to stop it from happening again. President Trump responded by calling the mistake a glitch. He said no one will be fired and he isn't taking any public action against the officials involved. But critics say that is not enough. They think the White House needs to take responsibility and show how they'll fix the problem. This story matters because it shows how easy it is for sensitive information to fall into the wrong hands. It also shows the risk of using apps like Signal or WhatsApp to talk about military or government work. Experts are now asking the government to create stronger rules, better training, and more secure systems. As of the time of this recording, the investigation is still ongoing, and we will continue to follow it closely. This could lead to bigger changes in how government officials communicate and how the public holds them accountable.
So, one of them are penalties for threatening any public area. It would be a class 5 felony. If you are under the age 18, it would be a class 1 misdemeanor. But let's talk about it. Why are we making threats to these areas? Help me understand. So my personal opinion on it, it need to go into effect. I mean, the law needs to be what it is. Let's give a take. Governor Youngkin is putting these things into perspective because, again, people need to be penalized for their actions. Let's be honest. Also, in addition to that, when they say public, that means if they're making any threats to a library, where I'm currently at, public transportation, schools, anything that is involved in where our people, everyone as humans as a whole, is in these areas, and you're making any type of threat where you're going to do a kill, shoot up the school, shoot up anything, bomb threats, you will be penalized just off a threat alone. That's taking place July the 1st, 2025. Shall I move on to the next one? Moving right along. So, next one is penalties for mail theft. That is another law that will be going into effect July 1st, 2025. I sworn it was penalties already out there. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what it is. So you will be penalized if you do anything pertaining to some mail that doesn't belong to you. You think about it, you name it. Going to somebody's mailbox, stealing checks. Why are we stealing checks? Not to be dramatic about it, but let's be real. Anything that's pertaining to you going into somebody else's mailbox and it doesn't belong to you, and you get caught, you will be penalized. And when I say penalized, you will be penalized. It is a class 1 felony. Who wants to build F's on our report card? Stop playing. Life is too short for that. You need to live. That is the second law that is going into effect July 1st, 2025. Shall I move on? Right to the next. All right, so here's the last one. The last one is the penalty for driving underage. Pretty much, if you are an adult driver who is allowing little Ray Ray, little Bonquisha, TT, Tiana, Shira, anybody drive you around and that is a minor, you will be penalized. They will be penalized. That will be considered a class 1 misdemeanor. But why are we letting our kids drive around? Don't get me wrong. I know we be lazy. We be ready to send them kids to the store in a heartbeat. Go get me some bread from the store. Go get me some sugar. Don't get me wrong. I know we be lazy. But still, don't take that chance on yourself, and definitely don't take that chance on your kids. So let me close this out so you'll understand what's about to transpire. Youngkin is passing some new laws, which is our governor, effective July the 1st, 2025. You will be penalized for allowing a minor drive around. You will be penalized for opening mail, unlawful mail, things that doesn't belong to you. It don't even matter as a package, so don't touch no Amazon shit that don't belong to you. My bad on the segment. Shouldn't be using profanity. Don't touch nobody's stuff. And the first penalization, which was, don't call no public area making no threats. You got me. This is my closeout to the segment. If I can't come back, get other people's opinion, I will. But till then, that is our local news. Well, not local, but that is our state news. That is everything that will be going into effect July the 1st, well, majority anyway, July the 1st, 2025. Keep in mind, the Virginia Assembly closed February, but these things have dropped the bomb, so you'll know. Have a good one. Get back to you. Pick up. And don't forget to subscribe us on our TikTok, QRS, Quality Reading Source. And
hey y'all, and welcome to Downtime with Naya. This is a new segment on this news channel where I get to show you guys the fun things that are happening on campus or off campus, and also get to talk about like funny things and fun segments. So let's get right into it. Hey y'all, we outside. I'm with Devin. My puppy Devin. I'm with Tristan. Look y'all, I never do that. We also with Rel and Devontae. Hell yeah. Y'all, we are at Virginia Beach. I'm with Devin, Tristan, and Freddie. This is one of the things you can do while, I guess, at Virginia State University. You can travel 2 hours to the beach. But yeah. Today we're here at Chance, and we're gonna be asking him his opinion on Donald Trump and how does he feel about him. So, Chance, how do you feel about President Trump, bro?
Best president in the world. For real. He not doing nothing wrong, for real. You know what I'm saying? Cut the show.
And this is Tris, and today we're gonna be asking her a question. Gotta do you like this. Excuse me, sir. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Alright. Gotta walk in, bro. Alright, Hey, excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a few questions? Hold